Good day, cuidash, buen dia, bonjour, konnichiwa, guten tag. How to not be so solo while going solo. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about solo traveling. Lots of people travel solo for different reasons. Some people start traveling solo because they want to take some time alone and put things in a different perspective. Other people, they couldn't find anybody to join them on their journey and decided to do it by themselves. Or some people find themselves traveling solo because something happened along the way. They had a fight with their travel buddy or they had to split up for some reason. I want to give you some tips on how to meet new people as a solo traveler and not be so solo while going solo. So first thing I could say is think about the people you already know. Do you know people who are traveling in the area you're going to? Or do you know people who know people who know people who might know some people who are traveling in the area that you're going to? It's always good to have a contact and to just ask around for those kind of things because actually the world is a really small place. Secondly, there is a thing called woofing. Woofing is basically working a couple hours per day on an organic farm in return for accommodation and food. Another option is work away and helpix. They're the same concept, except it could be anything. It could be a hobby farm, it could be a hostel, it could be a pub, it could be people who are doing renovations in their house and they need some help. It has many perks. You meet locals, you get thrown into the culture of the place you're going to. You try out new things you've never done before. Like for example, in Tassie I did the pig farm. Check out my video about that one. And never in my life have I ever worked on a farm before. Never in my life have I worked with pigs before. And I totally loved it. It's also where I met Guichet, my boyfriend. So I can only say, do a work away. It is an amazing experience. If you're traveling and you're like, yes, I want to meet new people, but I don't like the idea of working, a holiday should be a holiday, right? Another option is a hostel. When you're in a hostel, you're staying in dorm rooms, which means you're sharing your room with 3 other people, or 6, or 8, or 10, or 12. It all depends on your budget and what you're looking for. But a hostel is a good way to meet people because you also share the kitchen. There's usually a lounge area where you can hang out. When I came back to Australia after Bali, I felt a little bit lost and a little bit lonely and I wasn't really sure what to do and where to go. So I decided in Brisbane go in a hostel. And in my room, that's where I met Sakura. Meeting Sakura was loads of fun because she could show me around in Brisbane because she's been living there for 3 years. She took me to some Japanese supermarket. Wasabi chocolate. The Kit Kat. Wasabi Kit Kat. Okay, number 4 obviously is Couchsurfing. There's a website, Couchsurfing. People make profiles there. They offer their couch or a spare bedroom for you to use. Usually they love taking you out, showing you around town. The positive aspects are you meet locals, they know things, they know their way around, they love to help you out. The downside is it's still just you being there. So if you don't have a positive vibe about your host, just don't go there because you are on your own and you are going into a stranger's house. But if you are up for it, you can have a wonderful time, but you're not meeting other travelers usually, unless they have more people staying, which is usually not the case. We took my car Hanky to the Gold Coast and first stayed at a lovely apartment in Burleigh Heads. There's something in the woods, I don't know what it is. It's creepy for me. And I'm not scared, cause I'm in for a cuddle. We only stayed there a couple of days before we went to Main Beach. And Main Beach was surreal because there we stayed with Michael, who lived in a condo on the 24th floor with views all over the ocean and sauna and a swimming pool. Can you tell me what just happened? What's happened? We got a new house. This view happened. This is beautiful. Michael. He shows some nice restaurants. So
2 packets of ginger. You can have that later on tonight, sleeping on the bed.
took us out for surfing. He also took me to Tambourine Mountains, which was a 2-hour drive from Main Beach. It's almost gone.
That's pink. That was speedy. That last bit.
Thank you, Michael. This brings me to my next one. Party people in the house. Go party! A lot of people, when they travel, they love to check out the nightlife because you have some beers or whatever spirits you like. It breaks the ice and you meet new people. Oftentimes, if you're staying in a hostel, they have party nights or party buses, or they're in locations where there's lots of nightlife. Another thing hostels do is like pub crawls, which is fun because you're with a group checking out different pubs. So people in your group are obviously people that are there that want to meet you as well. Which brings me to my other one, do a tour. Sign up for a tour, be a tourist. Everywhere you travel, there's tour operators that have boat trips or safaris or whatever, and you're in a group with people who have the same interest as you. You already have things in common because you're on the same tour. And the last one that I could think of is taking a class, because it's the same concept. Like, you meet people who have the same interest. In Bali, for example, it would have been a good idea to take a cooking class. There's lots of options everywhere you go, and it's a fun way to start your relationship, friendship. I also want to share with you my own story. Sakura and I took our car, Hanky, and did a road trip. We decided to do the mountains instead of the beach because I love mountains. That right there, that is the Sunshine Coast. That right there, that is Sakura. Sakura! And that is Hanky. We saw little cute mountain villages like Melanie.
Hi! Hi! We are in Melanie.
We saw Lake Baroon. We're at Lake Baroon. I wonder how Australians would say that. Lake Baroon. We went for a hike near Mountville in the beautiful, beautiful rainforest. I don't even know which national park this is. So beautiful. We arrived at Nusa Heads, and I love Nusa Heads. It has a beautiful beach where I did some yoga and I went for a swim, and there's a lovely, lovely hike in the national park along the ocean side. I don't want to leave Nusa because look at this place. It is absolutely magical. We went on another adventure and had a barbecue because barbecues are very Aussie and you can find them everywhere. Cooking show with Sakura.
Aussie never make vegetable. It's just meat, just beef and sausage.
Meat, yeah. I wanted to continue our journey because we finally got a job. We're going to Bowen, but along the way my car kind of died. There was a truck that saw us and he stopped on the other side of the road. One of them was a mechanic, so kind of established that the car was dead. It was better if we just bring it to a wrecker. So the truckers, they took us in. We went to Hervey Bay with Jake, and the day after he took us back to Gladstone where our car was. We had it towed away. We lost everything that was in the car, just took all our valuables and took a bus to Bowen. So I am so grateful that we met those truckers. It was a lovely experience as well to be in a truck with two Aussies in a real Aussie truck. This is basically how, as a solo traveler, you don't necessarily have to be solo. Sometimes you meet people and it just clicks and you decide you want to stick around for a while. So Sakura and I are going to start working in Bowen, which I will tell you all about in my next video. You should all come and join us too. So excited about that. I hope you'll tune in to check out how that went. Who knows where our journey will bring us next. I am so excited about every day. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment in the box below, and I hope to see you soon.